Morning, my students. Today I am going to take the class 10, subject biology, chapter 8. This is a simple chapter regarding this how do organisms reproduce. So this chapter will be easy for you, and you can able to make the question answer by yourself if you try. So first of all, we think, what is the term reproduction? Reproduction. You know that the ancient time onwards, our earth is full of living organisms similar to higher level of organisms. They are continuing, and this continuity of a particular living organism is due to the process of reproduction. That means why the reproduction is important. We want to continue the species on this earth. So that is the importance of reproduction. And you know that actually while reproducing the young ones, certain similarities and certain differences may be there. For example, in a family having 5 children, all of them are not same. They have some differences or variations in their character. Some may be handsome, tall, and some may be short. Likewise, variations we can see. And these variations and similarity is because of the DNA transferring during the process of reproduction. So you all know that DNA is the genetic carrier. All the characters are found in DNA. So while we are going more about this DNA and variations, first of all, we are coming to the reproductive system of similar organisms. First of all, we think about similar organisms. That means similar organism is either it may be unicellular or multicellular. And these similar organisms, how they are reproduced. For example, we can take a simple organ, that is an organism amoeba. And as you know, amoeba is a single-celled organism, and its division or its reproductive process is also simple. How an amoeba reproduces? Suppose you know, since it is a unicellular organism, there is no particular shape. Its shape may be always changing. So when a mature amoeba cell wants to divide, it is simply divided into two half. That is called simple fission. So this simple fission that is given in your textbook, you look at the picture, you can see that when a mature cell wants to divide, it divides into two half. And such type of reproductive process that is known as simple fission. Simple fission. Simple fission. Example, amoeba. Simply cell divided into two one. That is called simple fission. But this same amoeba or some other animals, simple animals, during unfavorable seasons, for example, an amoeba cell, unfavorable season, an amoeba cell round up and make a cyst like this. The cell round up and make a cyst, a hard covering during these unfavorable seasons. And while it is making a cyst, inside the cyst, the amoeba cells, that the nucleus first divide into too many fragments. The amoeba cell first divided into too many fragments inside, like this. And when this fragmentation of this nucleus is over, each nucleus is surrounded by bit of cytoplasm, like this. Each nucleus is surrounded by bit of cytoplasm. So it is resting inside the disc, like this. And when the favorable season comes, the cyst dilutes and it breaks, and all the young ones will be coming out. All the young ones will be coming out. And here, one amoeba cell divided into too many daughter cells. And this type of fission of cells is known as multiple fission. Multiple fission. This is a second type of reproductive process found in similar organisms. Then third type of reproductive process, that is also very interesting. That is, in some simpler animals, if you cut the plant, that body, into too many or pieces, each piece can able to regenerate its lost part, and each piece will start as a new life. That is another type of reproduction, and that means the lost part of the body is regenerated by itself. And such kind of reproductive process, that is known as regeneration. Regeneration. In Spirogyra and many other animals, this is not single cell, multicellular, lower level of animals also. You can see the regeneration type of reproduction. For example, leech, spirochete, and many other malaria animals like this type of organisms, they can able to regenerate by this method. Now this is a simple method, and it can be, that means shortly we can say example we can just note out the textbook is given malaria is there. And another type of reproduction that is found, that is number 4, that is a mature body of an animal. From that mature body, first of all, a small bud is arised, like this. So I am drawing a picture of a hydra. So hydra, how they are producing? Hydra, just see, a multicellular animal. The picture is given in the textbook, just for understanding, just to draw. And how this is a hydra, and how this hydra is reproducing. Now you can see, first of all, a small bud is arises, but a small outgrowth. A small outgrowth arises on the body, and it will slowly grow like this. Slowly grows, and the tentacles also forming. Now this bud is growing, and when the bud grows, or full grown bud, that is complete grown, this new hydra, young one, that is detached from its motherhood. Now you see, detached from its mother body, and it started an independent life. This is a new life, and this type of reproductive process is known as budding. That is found in life. Now we are discussing shortly the 4 type of reproductive method in simpler organisms. Then another type also there in simpler organism, number 5, that is known as vegetative propagation. Vegetative propagation. What is the meaning of vegetative propagation means? You know what is the vegetative parts. This is commonly found in plants. Then what are the vegetative parts? The leaf, stem, root. These are called vegetative parts of a plant. And if any one of the vegetative parts is able to reproduce or propagate the young ones, that is known as vegetative propagation. That means a very common example. You know that sugarcane. Sugarcane, you know, you are making cut into pieces, and each piece you put in the soil. It it will start a new life. That's a good example of vegetative propagation. And another plant, you may know, that is a bryophyte. Very common. It is something you may know. Bryophyte. So bryophyte, the vegetative part is the leaf, and the textbook that picture is given there. And the margin of the leaf, when the leaf is getting mature, the margin of the leaf, new bud-like protuberance appear, and they will develop into new plants. That is happening in bryophyte. That type of reproduction is known as vegetative propagation. That means the reproduction through or with the help of vegetative parts. And next one, sixth method, that is known as spore formation. Spore formation. The spore formation means some multicellular, simple multicellular organisms, specific reproduction parts can be identified, and this multicellular organism, the special part of the body, some kind of dust like or some kind of spores are formed, and spores are developing in some parts of the body. And these spores, when it is mature, it will fall into the soil and it started as a new life. And that type of reproductive process is known as spore formation. And where the spore is forming, that part of the body is known as, or that is known as sporangium, and that picture also given in your textbook. So these are the main reproductive process taking place in simple multicellular organism starting with amoeba. And these all processes are asexual method of reproduction. That means here one parent is required. One parent is required. And that type of reproduction, that means without the help of sexes, that is known as what? Asexual reproduction. That most of the simple type of multicellular organisms, both animals and plants, follow asexual method of reproduction. And following this one, another type of advanced form of reproduction that we are also discussed a little bit, and that is known as sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. So this method of reproduction, you must remember that two partners are required. That means, totally I will tell you, that means the partners are able to produce sex cells. And the sex cells commonly known as gamete. So two types of gametes are there. Male gamete and female gamete. Male gamete and female gamete. Two sex cells are there for sexual reproduction. That means two partners are required. And this type of reproduction is found in higher level of animals and plants. Higher level of plants and animals, this type of reproduction is found or observed. That means here the sex cells, the gamete, they are containing DNA. That means the character bearing chemicals, the DNA, they are responsible for bringing characters from parents to infants. That's the importance of this sexual reproduction. That means sometimes the infants are the exact copies of their parents. So this is because of the DNA, the character bearing chemicals, or they are transferring from parents to offspring. That is a sexual reproduction. Now today we will talk about the sexual reproduction in plants. So what do you mean by the sexual reproduction in plants? As you know, the plant kingdom, that is divided into two categories: flowering and non-flowering. And flowering plants, they are also known as angiosperms. Angiosperms. Flowering plants. Flowering. And as the name implies, flower is the characteristic of these plants. So flower is the characteristic of angiosperms, and the flower is the sexual organ of a plant. You might have seen different types of different colors of plants, flower. That means the different, like in your garden also you can see different varieties of flowers, and they are actually the sexual organs of plants. And if you analyze a flower, there are four words are there. Four words. What are the four words of a flower? We are starting from the outer region. Suppose you are just imagine a flower. The outer portion, that is starting, and it is mostly green in color, and just like a cup-like structure, and this is called calyx. This is green calyx. This is the first ball of a flower, calyx. And this calyx that is made up of sepals. First one. Second one, that's a colored like this. And this one, this one. This is known as, this is sepal and this is made up of petals. And this petals, that is also known as corolla. Corolla is there. And this is the color giving part of a flower. Variety of colors. Now that is the calyx number 1, number 2. Corolla. Now the third one, then we can see in the middle, around the middle of the flower, a swollen portion like this. You can see. Swollen, having a long portion like this, and this is known as female sex organ, that is known as gynoecium. And gynoecium is differentiated into 3 different parts. And this upper part, that is known as, this is a sticky here, honey also there, and this is known as stigma. And a tube-like portion, this is known as style. And the swollen portion, round portion, that is known as ovary. Ovary is the swollen portion where ovules are there. Ovules means seed generating substance. It is, ovule is arranged inside the ovary. That is the third portion. And around this gynoecium, you can see too many male sex organs like this. These are having a box-like structure also you can see. And too many these structures are there. And this is known as androecium. 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 Androecium, they are many in number surrounding the gynoecium. Like this. And here, this box-like structure, and that is known as anther. And inside the anther, when the anther is open, you press the anther, yellow or white granules or powder. That is actually the pollen grains. Pollen grains. Usually it is in yellow in color, pollen grains. When these pollen grains are developing and maturing, the box angle will be open and the pollen grains will be falling in the flower or nearby. And this is known as filament. This is a general structure of or typical structure of a flower. And this picture you have to draw in your notebooks. That means it is given in page number. You will refer the chapter, you will find the picture and you read and understand the picture and the 4 words of the flower. You have to make it understand. And if the 4 words of parts are found in a flower, that flower is known as complete flower. Complete flower. And if any one of the word is absent, that is known as incomplete flower. So 2 types of flowers are there. Complete flower and incomplete flower. And how the reproductive process that is taking place in the plant, that will be explained later. So you must today you must understand this much portion of the chapter. That means how the world exists and what is the importance of reproduction as the continuity of species. So that portion of the chapter today you read it well, and the textual questions. You just go through the textual questions and you can be able to understand the textual questions, and please try to answer by yourself. That is well and good for you. Don't wait for the answer. You try to finish them, try to understand and make a note of the portion that we discussed today. And I hope you understand this reproductive process in short, and you read it well, then you will get more about this one. Okay.